What if self doubt isn't something to overcome, but it's actually something to understand? What if the moments that you were questioning yourself, what if they aren't signs that you're failing, but proof that you're actually expanding? Today, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why self doubt isn't your enemy, but an invitation to your next level. So, welcome to Resource with Jessica Reed. This is the space where soul led entrepreneurs break free from their outdated conditioning, and we help you, we guide you to gain the internal and external resources so that you can align with your highest potential and build a business that feels expansive and sustainable and deeply fulfilling. Now, today we are unraveling a conversation that shifts everything about the way that you see yourself and your growth, and that is about self doubt. Now, self doubt often gets labeled as something that we need to conquer, we need to push through. I know I've even done that myself. I have this gift though of offering a perspective shift. So let's have a look at it maybe today, not as something that holds us back from taking action, not as something that holds us back from showing up or from claiming this space that we desire, but actually from seeing self doubt as not being a problem. What if self doubt is actually a part of your evolution? Because I don't believe that you are feeling self doubt because you're not ready. I believe that you're feeling it because you're on the edge of your next expansion. I don't believe that doubt means that you're not capable. I believe that it means that you are doing something that requires a new level of trust. And I don't believe that success is built by erasing self doubt. It's built by learning how to move with it. Now, in this episode, we are going to explore 10 reasons why self doubt is not your enemy. We are going to explore why doubt actually is signals of growth, not failure. And we are going to explore how to shift from letting self doubt stop you, actually using it as fuel. By the end of today's episode, you will no longer see self doubt as something to fix, but actually something to work with. Now, if this also sounds like exactly where you are at the moment, then I invite you to take a look at my upcoming free event. As I record this, we are in the countdown to this live activation. I'm going to tell you all about it at the end of this podcast, but it is completely free. It is called the Expansion Code, and we are going to activate the part of you that is able to move forward and work with your self doubt to get out of her own way and to really embody that future you who's already achieving, acting, thinking, being, doing the way that she would be if she had already gotten what she was working towards. So if we have not met yet, oh, and there is a link to that in the show notes, by the way. If we have not met yet, my name is Jessica Reed. I am an intuitive business mentor. I'm also an alternative therapist, and I specialize in helping soul led entrepreneurs unlock emotional resistance, align with their energy, and transform the subconscious patterns that are keeping them stuck. For over 17 years, I have been an entrepreneur. I have guided women through nervous system regulation, subconscious rewiring, and personal evolution so that they can step into their next level with confidence and clarity. And today, I want to reframe for you how you experience self doubt so that it no longer keeps you small and instead it actually helps you to expand into the leader that you were here to be. So let's dive in. From this moment on, I'm going to share now 10 reasons with you why self doubt isn't your enemy. And reason number one, let's look at it as a sign of expansion because you don't doubt yourself when you're standing still. You doubt yourself when you're on the edge of something new. So most people think that self doubt means they're not ready. But in reality, doubt is only showing up when you're moving into unknown territory. And that's exciting because you're choosing to move into that territory. If you've never questioned yourself, that would mean that you are only repeating what you've already done. Self doubt is not a stop sign, it is a signal that you are growing. The next time you feel that doubt, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what part of me is actually expanding right now? And really, let's anchor into the excitement of that. Number two, doubt is a mirror, not a roadblock. It is not blocking you. It is reflecting what still needs to be healed. So when self doubt arises, it is often mirroring old fears or limiting beliefs that we haven't fully released yet. So let's look at it as an invitation to actually reflect on what we need to work on or what we are being invited to work on. It's showing you where your subconscious is still holding on to conditioning. It is not there to stop you from success. So instead of fighting the self doubt, get curious. What is this actually reflecting back to me? And if you would like to journal on that, ask yourself, what is this doubt asking me to look at? Number 3, doubt will help you build self trust. Trust isn't built by never doubting yourself. It's built by taking action even when you do. And I know that's scary. I know that brings up all the fear, all the anxieties. The more you listen to that doubt, the more your brain will believe it is something to fear. It is just like with a panic attack. The more we fear it, the more we believe there's something to fear. So you don't build confidence by waiting for your doubt to disappear. You're going to build confidence by acting in the presence of doubt and proving to yourself that you can handle it. You don't have to feel fully ready to take that next step. You just have to trust yourself enough to take it. And if that is you right now and you are ready to take that next step, by the way, that is the last thing that we are going to do in our expansion code activation, which is my live free event that I mentioned earlier for coaches, healers, entrepreneurs who need to get out of their own way and expand into their future self. That if you are feeling like you are not fully ready to take that next step, my guess is that you're probably focused on the end. So I want you to scale it right back. What is the next step? Not the end result, not the end step, not the 20 steps ahead. What is just that one next step? Okay. And then let's do one thing today. One thing that your self doubt is telling you that you're not ready for. What is that? Go and do it. Go and do that. And then come into Instagram and tell me, hey, I just did the thing. I did the thing and now I am learning to trust myself. So that was number 3. Number 4, self doubt is an invitation to reconnect with your inner wisdom because most doubt isn't actually about your ability. It's about whether you trust your own voice. And there is often a lot of work that goes back into our past, our inner child, our childhood experiences, our early conditioning, our early learning that has left us feeling like we can't be trusting our own voice for one reason or another. Self doubt will start to creep in when we start outsourcing our decisions, when we start looking for validation, when we start second guessing what it is that we deep down know. I was guilty of that for so long. Every time I had an idea about a program, every time I wanted to create something in my business, every time I wanted to do anything, I wasn't trusting my voice. I wasn't trusting myself. I wasn't trusting my sacral response. I was going into my mentorships and I was like, hey, I want to do this thing. And I wasn't sharing it from a space of, hey, this is my idea. Let's brainstorm or get some feedback. I was looking for permission. There was a good 2 years in this business where I did not trust myself and I did not trust my voice. So the answer for you, it isn't in more information, okay? You don't need more qualifications. You don't need to be looking for more things that are coming from externally, okay? Yet those things are great for evolution, but not if you're doubting yourself. They're not there to fill the gap. So the answer is actually in strengthening your relationship with your own intuition, with your own way of moving through this world. And I recorded an episode on this a couple of weeks ago. So next time you doubt yourself, next time the doubt is rising or it's holding you stuck, you can pause and ask yourself, what do I already know to be true? And really anchor into that. So number 5, doubt pushes you into your next level. Every time you've up leveled, every single time, doubt has been present, but you did it anyway. And you know what? I really love observing this with my kids, particularly my eldest. Every time she's stepping into something new and something expansive, maybe she's 9, so she's just going through things like rostrum speeches and different things at school that she hasn't done before. And watching that doubt, oh, what if I can't? What if we're moving into a new gymnastics level? What if I can't? And then she goes and she does it anyway. And she builds that natural self trust. And if you go back through your life, you will see that every time you have up leveled, doubt has been present, but you did it anyway. Self doubt is often the strongest right before a breakthrough. I want you to remember that. I'm going to say that one more time. Self doubt is often the strongest before a breakthrough. This is where we're teetering on that edge. This is the edge we are going to break through in the expansion code. This is the edge that we're going to continue to move through in the Soul Led Success Academy if you choose to join us in that. This is like the final test before you step into a new level of confidence and then, you can't think again, a new level of leadership. Doubt doesn't mean you shouldn't stop. It means that you are closer than ever to your next level. So maybe you can reflect on, when have I felt this self-doubt before? And how did I move through it? And maybe it wasn't that much. And so you didn't even realize, you just moved through it anyway. So what is it about this self-doubt that is becoming a roadblock for you? So with points 6 to 10, I am going to share these as an additional shift to help you reframe your self-doubt. Okay, so number 6 is that doubt isn't a block. It is resistance to fully owning your power. Number 7, your nervous system resists uncertainty. Okay, but certainty is built through action. Number 8, your ego sees doubt as a threat. Okay, but your higher self sees it as proof of growth. Number 9, okay, doubt shows you what you deeply care about, because you wouldn't doubt something that wasn't important to you. And number 10, every successful person that you admire has doubted themselves too. It has never been about actually eliminating doubt, but actually leading with it. So I'm going to pop these questions in the show notes for you. You know that I love for you to actually take action from these episodes. So here are some reflection questions for you. First of all, what if self-doubt wasn't something to fight, but something to actually understand? And what fear is actually sitting underneath your doubt? And what would shift if you trusted yourself enough to take action anyway? Now, if this is speaking to you, if you feel like you have been doing all the right things, okay, you've done the courses, you've done the coaching, you've done the content, you've got the strategies, but something is still holding you back, that doubt is feeling like it is impossible to move through. And every time you're about to step into that new level, there's a familiar pattern emerging. Maybe you're overthinking every move, or second guessing your genius, or your momentum is coming in waves, and then all of a sudden we're paralyzed by self-doubt again. Maybe you're staying stuck at the same income. Okay. If this is you and you are feeling so frustrated because the version of you who has already achieved everything that you dream of is right there, but something is keeping you from embodying her, this is not a strategy problem. This is an identity problem. Your nervous system, your subconscious programming, your energetic state are either expanding your success, or they are keeping you exactly where you are. And your business, it cannot outgrow the version of you who is running it. This is why I am hosting the expansion code. It is on the 22nd of February. You can have a look down in the show notes, because your future self is knocking and it is time to answer the door. There is an energetic gap between your desire and your reality. And in this event, we are going to bridge that gap. We are going to clear internal space, create internal capacity, and take aligned action. This is not another workshop that is telling you what to do. This is not another mindset session where I'm going to teach you how to think. This is an embodied activation, okay? Awakening the wisdom that is already stored within your cells. So I highly encourage you to jump into the show notes, check out the expansion code live free event. It is happening this week. Very exciting. And of course, if you are coming in after, you can go and pop your name down on a wait list or check out the Soul Led Success Academy, where we are going to dive deep into the work over 12 weeks to really expand on what we do in that activation. So, as we finish up today, I want to remind you that self doubt is not a stop sign. It is an initiation, and it is not here to keep you stuck. It is here to show you that you are expanding. And that next level, it isn't about eliminating doubt. It is about learning how to move with it. So this version of you who creates massive success, she didn't get there by waiting to feel ready. She got there by acting in spite of her doubt. And so can you. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Resourced with Jessica Reed. I would love to hear from you in my DMs what your big aha moment was, what action you are taking today despite the self doubt. And I will see you at the expansion code activation as well as next week on the podcast.